Good evening. Today is Thursday, August 19th, 2021, 6:30 p.m. I now call the Fairfield City School District Board of Education regular meeting to order. Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Begley?
Here.
Mr. Birding?
Present.
Mr. Clark?
Present.
Mrs. Gundrum? Here. Mrs. Shorter?
Here.
Mr. Scott Clark, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
Certainly. If you'd all rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. First item on our agenda is presentations and resolutions. I'll turn it over to Mr. Smith.
All right, thank you, Mr. Birding, members of the board. We do have one presentation this evening. Mr. Rice and student representatives from Fairfield for Change will be presenting on a potential statement of solidarity for the Fairfield City School District. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Rice.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education and District Office staff. I'm excited tonight to bring forward again these fine leaders. They need no introductions as they've presented in front of this Board of Education several times, but we're extremely excited tonight to share with you some work that began 2 summers ago from this group, the Fairfield for Change. And they're going to quickly walk you through the steps that they've taken over the last 18 months and how we've come to today, and then what the next steps are with this statement of solidarity. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to these student leaders.
All right, we just want to say thank you guys for having us. All right, so my name is Camilla Yankston. I'm a senior here at the Fairfield Senior High School, and I plan to major in political science at Howard University. So FFC has been working to construct land acknowledgement statements that highlight local Native tribes in the 45011 and 45014 area codes. We've been doing comprehensive research, reading numerous articles about local tribes. Our research includes reading the book Fairfield, Ohio by Esther Benzing, which contains a historical analysis of Fairfield and its land development. This helped us to gain understanding of Fairfield's history. We've discussed with several indigenous leaders, historical experts at Miami University's Miami Center and the Indian Arts Research Center of the New Mexico to brainstorm how to best represent the tribes of our region, and which we will put on land acknowledgement plaques around the district.
Thank you, Camilla. My name is Annie Udosin. I'm also a senior here at Fairfield, and I have these things that we learned from these discussions with the numerous historical experts and indigenous leaders in our area, and they taught us the importance of accurate representation. The Miami Center representatives shared their experiences about navigating through southwestern Ohio as Native Americans, and they repeatedly noted how Native mascots tend to depict tribes in a stereotypical way. And though Fairfield uses our mascot to bring people together and foster a sense of community, it's critical that we amplify Native voices and spread awareness of Native history and culture. So we now have a finalized statement that has been reviewed and approved by our resources, and we would love to share that here now. On the screen, it reads that Fairfield City Schools are located on the ancestral homelands of the Peoria tribe of Indians of Oklahoma, Osage, Miami, Shawanaki people, and the tribes of the early and middle woodland periods. We pay respects to the indigenous peoples of the Fairfield community and offer this land acknowledgement to honor the tribes who lived before, the tribes today, and the generations to come. The Fairfield City School District is committed to an inclusive culture for all and inspires to create a culturally sensitive school community that recognizes our origins. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Annie. My name is Brielle, for those who do not know. I'm also a senior, and I plan on going to like an HBCU similar to Howard or Clark Atlanta to study psychology. So in closing, this project is exceedingly important because it draws attention to the very rich culture found in our community. It's important that we share this history with our community very regularly. We plan on having this statement read on the announcements, at the end of email signatures, and also at Fairfield's home football games to further reinforce these morals shared in the statement. So we will plan on using our grant money given to us by the Fairfield Community Foundation to fund the plaques mentioned earlier. And this statement will work to establish a school environment where students feel both included and represented. This is a step towards a more inclusive future for Fairfield. And we are on the path of progress, and we are very excited to continue spreading awareness through this statement for many generations to come. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for this group?
Questions or comments from the board? I just want to thank you all very much for your efforts. I think it was important to bring that to the forefront. I know that you've been working several years on developing a greater culture in our schools, and so I thank you, young ladies, for all your efforts.
Great job, young ladies. I'm very proud of you.
Great. Thank you so much.